Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a part 3 of installing and exploring the Techstream software. So let's get right into it. So in part 1 we basically installed the program and I showed you two options on how to install it. Basically using the provided CD drive which has the version 17 and 18 in it, and then installing it using the VirtualBox option, which is basically gonna install a virtual machine onto your PC, and that one comes with Techstream version 12. That was part 1, and in part 2 I basically showed you a quick overview of how both work, and we also tested some of the functionalities. And I also noticed in part 2 that the version 12 had a lot more to offer when it comes to functionality, at least for this car. This is a 2016 Toyota RAV4, and I will be sticking with version 12 instead of version 18 because I feel like the older version has a lot more to offer for this specific car. So I have it launched, as you can see, and by the way I will link both part 1 and part 2 in the video description. So if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and watch part 1 and 2. Alright, so let's get right into it. As usual, we will connect the USB-A section to the PC first, and then the OBD2 connector will be connected to the car's OBD2 port. We are gonna launch the Techstream program. This is the virtual machine version. Before we launch Techstream, we're gonna go to the devices, and then we'll go to USB, and then we'll make sure that Xhorse is checked, as you can see, because since this is a virtual machine, the virtual machine does not have access to the connected USB cable because it's connected directly through the main operating system, which is Windows 10. And we are running a virtual machine with Windows XP with Techstream installed on it, so we will need to manually disconnect the cable from the main host operating system and connect it to our virtual machine so Techstream has access to it. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit Xhorse. Alright, as you can hear, that was the USB connected to our virtual machine. Now we can go ahead and launch Techstream. Now we're gonna go ahead and hit connect to vehicle, car options. This is without the smart key. This is others, and then we'll go ahead and hit next. So let's go ahead and go with engine and ACT. Alright, so we have a code. I do not have any codes on the dashboard, but yet on the Techstream program I have a rough idling code right here. Over here we can see that it's current and history. The reason why there is nothing on the dash. You can go ahead and save it. Let's go to view monitors. Okay, misfire, fuel system, composition parts and all that. How about utility? So here we have the O2 sensors, check mode, learning value reset, AT code reset. This one is a more advanced reset. Evaporative system check, customize, reset, VIN. So as you can see at the bottom, this function is used to read the VIN and write a new VIN. Well, that's not something I'm interested in too. Alright, so we have a do data list, ABS. Alright. As you open new pages, they will stack up on top. As you can see, you have system select, you have your stored data, and every time you want to close it, you will just go down here to the bottom left and you hit close, and it's going to close that tab. Let's go to stored data and let's close that too, or you can also print it. Stored data, there is no way to close. Let's go back instead. Oh, health check again. I know I did that last time. Go to next. Alright, this is expected. We're not able to use the network. Let's continue. Alright, so we have discovered another DTC, diagnostic trouble code. That's a C2142. That's related to tire pressure monitor. Let's check what that is. Probably a simple thing. Alright, so we have a transmitter ID 2 error. By the way, all of these are not available on the dash, no code, nothing at all. Yet we're able to see it through the Techstream software. And that's a history also, not current or pending. Summary. No malfunction now. Alright, so that's nothing to worry about. That's a P1605. I think that's related to a camshaft position sensor. So this is displaying our calibration. As you can see, this is the calibration ID for our engine and a calibration ID for our transmission. And on the update column, you can see question marks everywhere. This means that since we are not connected to the internet, the program is not able to tell us if there is a software available or not. So I guess that's a slight bummer, because since this is a patch software, we don't have access to the servers to check for updates. We can, as you can see, refresh. We can delete the trouble codes. And what is this one? We can timestamp it. All right. Why don't we clear it? All right. Confirm clear all codes, DTCs, freeze frame data, and monitor status information will be cleared from all systems. This function will take up to 3 minutes to complete. Would you like to clear all DTCs? Why not? Let's do it. Not sure why it's gonna take up to 3 minutes. On my X tool, it's about a second. I also pin my X tool video and review on the top right if you want to check it out. Alright, it has been cleared. Do you want to refresh the health check? Yes. Let's go to main body. Let's display data list. A live data view. There is a record button down here. We can record. So as you can see, it is recording. You can flag something. You can stop the recording. Let's stop it. And now you can save the recording data, which is neat. You choose where you want to save it and hit save. This is a graph data manager. This is to remove. This is to make a new list. Drop down, you have all data, customize, engine, hood door, lighting, communication, diagnosis. Let's go to graph and see. So these are the data. Let's open the door. All right, I see movement. This is parking brake switch. All right, when I actuate it and bring it back down, you can see it move on the graph, which is awesome. When I open the door, let me see the driver door. This is front left door or lock position. That's not the open switch. Let me see the lock position. All right. And as you can see, the graph is showing everything I do live. That is awesome. All right, so this is really cool. I missed this one last time on part 2. All right, and you can see all the lists to the left, and you can choose any live data you want to see. Let me see here. Let's go to all data, the key lock, the switch unlock, back door, handle switch, passing light dimmer, auto light switch, auto lock time. It is a lot. Hopefully you can see them, what's available. Wireless buzzer volume, unlock key twice. Wow, everything is listed here for live view on the graph. You have PSID, communication, slide door. Let me scroll down so you see what's available. ED switch, communication, combination meter, rear console switch, back door, auto beam, ECU, monitor system, parking assist, wiper, ECU. This is the graphing. I have like too many on the screen at once. Hopefully you can see them. But when you actuate it, the graph goes up or down according to what you do. You're able to toggle full screen on every graph. You're able to choose a graph type. You can go from line, bar, meter, or LED. You can close a graph, and you have a menu on every graph, so you can choose a type, enter a setup, measure time, minimum and maximum indicator, minimum and maximum beep, which is cool. You can switch to communication, and it's gonna filter to only communication data. This is data manager. Okay, this is to make a custom list. As you can see, you have your data to the left, and you can select some of them right here. Let's see these 3, and then you can bring the 3 over to the right. Now let's clear everything from the right. If you want to select, let's say, these 4 and send them to our custom list, we can just click on this arrow, and now it's going to make a custom list with the selected 4. Or let's say we want to take all the data from this left pane. Even if we don't select anything, we can just click this, and it's going to take everything over, and then we can hit OK. but then it's gonna take a long time to process because the list is so long. But yeah, it's straightforward. 108 modules. That is cool. All right, let's cancel out. I'm looking for a bidirectional control so I can test the controls. Let's back out of this. Let's go to air conditioner. Active test. Let's select the blower motor. So operate with ignition on. Let's go to OK. Bidirectional control. This is for the blower motor. So here we have the values. Unit is Fahrenheit. These are the temperatures. And at the bottom right here, let me move this closer. We're able to change it from the computer and it takes effect. So as you can see, I'm increasing the blower motor speed on the computer. And it's changing in real time, as you can see. All right. That's the blower motor. Let's see what else we have here. Magnetic clutch relay. That's inside the engine bay. Defogger relay, rear. Alright, so this is it right here. Bidirectional controls. I have it on, off. Now it's off. Let me turn it on. And as you can see, it's turning it on the car. Let me turn it off. Turns off. Then on again. It turns on. So that's working also. Alright, so that is working as expected. That is the air conditioner, ambient temperature sensor. You can see all the temperatures. Blower motor speed. Everything is right here. Eco mode switch. And then we are gonna close the air conditioner tab. Sliding roof. Let's go to active test. And then we have a sliding roof right here. Let's go to OK. So we can control the sliding roof. Alright, it's coming back down. As you can see, let's actuate it again. Got a lot of snow in the car. Now let's go ahead and close it back. And as you can see, everything is working as expected. I'm gonna look for the door or the window maybe. Alright, let's go back to stored data. Back door. Let's see if I'm able to trigger the back door from the computer. Active test. Latch release. Yes, it looks like we can. Let's see the buzzer first. All right. Hopefully you can hear the beep. You can trigger the beep on and off. Actuator test. Let's see if we can open the back door. Alright, let's actuate it. And as you can see, we are working, no problem. Alright, and then the second switch is used to close it again. Alright, all of this being done from the Techstream program. Alright, that's working, no problem. Alright, so let's go to driver door motor, and then we'll go to active test, and then we have power window, and as you can see, when we press this, the window rolls down, as you can see, and the other switch to make it roll back up. Alright, that's good. Alright, so as you can see, that's about it for the active test or bidirectional controls. And every time you can print the page for your record. And yeah, as you can see, it is quite a powerful tool. So here we also have customized settings. I spent a lot of time here on part 2, and this is where you actually change the settings. You have your wireless door lock, security, illuminated entry, light control, air conditioner. Alright, you have the eco drive indicator zone. You can turn it off, on. Okay. Door lock, power window, warnings, sliding roof, sensor. Yeah, this is a really handy program, as you can see. Alright, we have a read function data. Okay, you can also search the TIS. You can print reports. I'm gonna print this page, and then I will also add a screen image just for the record, and then I will print. Such page setup is printing a document. You need to install a printer. And you will have a TSE file on the desktop, and inside the default user you will have all your saved files, unless you chose another directory. So as you can see, we have all our saved documents here ready to go. This is it for this video. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section. Hopefully this was useful. If it was, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video.